we were living in New York and we wanted to make a change. We had had our first child, and we looked around the country, and Rosie had been to Santa Fe for a conference and had a dream after that that we moved here. And so it seemed fortuitous and like it was a sign. So we came here on a leap of faith. I had lived in New York for 15 years. And part of the irony is that I had run a musical organization there called Essential Music, and that presented contemporary music. And after 15 years, I was a little burned out on it, and I was like, moving to Santa Fe, no more responsibility of running an arts organization. After we had been here about a year, it was so obvious how much classical music was in this community and how much interest there was in music and ideas. And it just felt like there was a niche here for an organization that was devoted exclusively to contemporary music. I had met David Olson from Theater Work, and we talked about an idea and a piece of music I had done that involved theater, which was a small chamber opera. And he said, let's do it. And we can use our theater. And we did it together over a 3-day weekend, 3 performances, and the house was mostly full. And it worked. People enjoyed it. They wanted more. And so from there, we began the concert series on a regular annual basis. What's been wonderful about SFNM is that it's gone way beyond my identity as a composer or the artistic director of it, and it involves so many people in bringing everything to the stage. The group I ran in New York, it was really musician-centric, me and some friends who loved contemporary music. And once SFNM got rolling here, Rosie brought her skills to institutionalize us in a more mature way, so that we were more than just a composer putting on some concerts. And once that process began, you know, it became like a traction and a glue, and so many people got involved, from very dedicated donors and board members who gave real unconditional support to the kind of work we wanted to do, to others in the community who helped us sort of forge our collaborative identity. And you know, many generous people in other organizations who we've worked with, including the Opera, the Desert Chorale, Site Santa Fe, and the O'Keeffe Museum, and many others who have helped us bring our work to their audiences as well. When we did the youth opera with a large group of kids, a cast of about 70, there was so much transformation from the beginning of the process through the end. And, you know, while we were all thrilled with what we saw in the finished product on the stage, you know, it's that process of mastery, of seeing kids go from not really being able to sing very well on pitch to being able to sing beautifully 5 months later. And that was just tremendously rewarding. It's very important to me that it be about more than the music, because at the end of the day, the music is just music. And for it to have any sort of social function, it needs to be connected to things that are going on in the world, connected to people's lives, connected to the work of other organizations, and what works tangentially and metaphorically. And so for us, for the music to have a social resonance, for it to take on a life of its own, sort of like gift exchange and passing it around, so that it's not just, you know, sort of the narcissistic creation of a composer, but that it gains some life that carries on elsewhere. We will continue to, you know, present the music of our time as it evolves, and to work with others who, when the connections are viable and make sense, and to respond to what is needed out there.